Okay, what I have here is three different types of props. First is the Maytech 13.3, and there you can see it. Carbon fiber, seems pretty good. See how that goes. Next we've got the Aeronaut Cams. Love these. Carbon lights, so I'm guessing they have some form of carbon fiber in them, but not sure. I've used these before. Absolutely fantastic, stable, quiet, powerful, a perfect upgrade I've found. And then last but not least, the stock standard props with the air cooling vents. Highly recommend it. Yeah, so these are the three types we're going to try out fitting to the Typhoon 500. Okay, now stock standard ones, these are Bs, as we can see, pretty straightforward. The Bs go counterclockwise, so they go on clockwise because it rotates anti-clockwise, and round about here the thread starts to engage. So we got half, one turn, 1.5, 2 turns, 2.5. Now it's starting to engage the rubber, and then we just do one more. There we go, and that's on. So in total we have 3.5 to 4 turns of the thread. So that's we can undo it now. 1 turn, 2 turns, 3 turns, and half. 3.5 turns in total, and they are on. So that's the stock standard ones. Next, I'm going to use the Aeronaut Cam. I think I got the right one here, which would be this one. And again, I'll try and find the start. Alright. So around about there is the start of the threads engaging. So it's there. So we go half, 1 turn, 1.5, 2 turns, 2.5, 3 turns, 3.5, 4 turns, 4.5, 5 turns. It's starting to engage just before 5.5 turns, and then you just give it the extra turn to engage the locking of the rubber grommets, and that's it. So lots of threads engaged on the Aeronaut Cams. Quite effective. Love these props. Absolute best replacements I have come across. So there we go, undo it. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 turns, 5.5. Oh, see, 6 turns of the thread. So that's very, very solid, I would think. And now we try the Maytechs. And these ones are the ones that have given me a bit of worry. Anyway, we try and find out where the threads start to engage. Okay, here they release. This is where we start. The thread's starting to engage. Can't lift anymore. There we can. So it's around there. So we go half a turn. It's already starting to tighten up. one full turn, and that's pretty tight now. 1.5 turns to locking on. There's really not much left. It's starting to spin on these grips, so really not enough. Half a turn back, one turn back, 1.5 turns, and they come off. So barely 1.5 turns with these ones to lock onto the thread and engage the rubber. I've tried it with the rubber off, and I might just do that now. Bear with me, just to make sure that people don't think I'm giving them a bump steer. Just to try and find the start of the thread again. Here we go. So that's where it engages. Half a turn, one turn, and it's starting to tighten up already. 1.5, and it's very tight now, and it's starting to turn the motor itself. So 1.5 turns, rubber or no rubber. I don't think the rubber actually gets engaged on these ones. I don't know if it's safe. It's not so much when you power on and the props are spinning. However, when you turn them off, I think the motors would slow down much quicker, and if these are not properly engaged into or locked on, may just through the force stop and possibly spin off. Now maybe that may never be an issue. However, 1.5 turns is not enough of a safety margin in my books. Anyhow, hope you enjoyed the comparison, and yes, hopefully I can return these because I don't think they're safe. I almost forgot, I also got these Maytechs, 13 by 4.5. The other Maytechs were 13 by 3, so they're supposed to have more lift, less turbulence on the tip maybe. However, the issue remains the same with I'm screwing it on. Let me just show this. So thereabouts, that's where the thread engages. So you got 1/2, one turn, 1.5, starting to tighten up, and you don't even get 1/4 of a turn to lock down. So this is the issue again with the Maytechs, or whatever they're called. I'm no expert, but it just seems very strange that all the other propellers, have a decent amount of margin, safety margin. However, the Maytechs I am not happy with. Anyway, hope that's enough for you guys. Thanks for listening. And safe flight. This is the Q500 Plus for my father-in-law, Bruce the old B. I have the courtesy of Bruce, actually. What a wonderful present he has made. The Q500 4K, which is just a darker color. Same motors, same everything, and the same issue with the props. So there you have it. All the best.